average blows, competitive spirits. Yeah, 13.
Happy day and what it do? Yes, sir. It's your boy K here. Look, being average at anything is never great. Being above average at everything kind of makes you awesome. Yes, sir. And I go by 3% Kai, and 3 represents the percentage of the world that's identical twins. And of course, I'm still tasting, seeing, touching, smelling, and hearing people's belief being projected onto me. But what I got to complain about? Today we got somebody joining our conversation.
Yes, sirski. Homi Boy Prince, what up, baby?
It's Homi Boy Prince, man.
Yes,
I appreciate
sir.
y'all for having me.
No problem, brother. No problem.
No problem at all.
So if it's your first time listening to the show or tuning in on YouTube, Kay and I, we are identical twins. When people think of identical twins, for whatever reason, they think that we can think the same thing, we can feel the same pain.
Right.
Kay, I am squeezing my right ball. Do you feel that?
No, sir.
So we can't feel the same pain, but sometimes we do things similar on occasion, right? So I'm going to count to 3. I'm going to say what's on my mind.
I'm going to say what's on my mind.
And Homi Boy Prince, I want you to say what's on your mind too, all right?
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Homi
to the
gang!
moon!
Homi gang.
Oh, there we
All
go.
right.
Oh, shit, okay. I don't know if he said what was on his mind or he copied the boy.
I think he copied you, but it's okay,
I
bro.
felt like he said the most relatable thing in my mind.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you was looking to be influenced, and that's okay,
Yes,
my brother.
he
That's okay,
influenced
my
me.
brother. So as you can say, as you can see, none of us we had identical thoughts. However, I assure you that Kay and I we are identical twins, just not in the inside of our ear canals. You heard me?
Oh, I thought that was going somewhere else. So cool.
Yo, so Homi Boy Prince, today what are we gonna be talking about?
Right now, I want to talk about perception.
Let's
get
it.
it.
So I have 2 definitions. How many do you have?
I got 3.
You got 3.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just read one. Okay.
Bet.
Perception: the ability to see, hear, or become aware through the senses.
Or a way of regarding, understanding, or interpreting something, a mental impression.
Right. So when I looked up these definitions, right? And I realized that the way that I was using perception was totally different.
Yeah.
My definition of perception was fear that people are going to view you in a way that doesn't represent you or that is not favorable to you or for you.
Wow.
My whole life, that's how I've been using perception.
Okay.
So I wanted to, is that similar to y'all or?
I mean, I think perception is what you think. I think, and my idea of why I always thought perception meant in the definition was like what your ideas are, your beliefs, and that's like what you think.
Respect.
And when you say the definition, I'm taking aback as well.
Okay.
I think, because the definition that I stated, it said a mental impression.
Right.
So I think that's where your thought was.
Okay. Let me just give an example of like the perception, like the real definition, not mine. The real definition. Here's an example, right? You walk in the kitchen and you smell like the scent of cinnamon rolls, right?
Okay.
So for you to understand that you smell what you smell, you go, damn, this smell just like my grandma's cooking. That's perception, the sensory, the smell.
Okay. Yes.
So for you to get to understand. My definition, here's an example of how I used it. Like your friends, they ask you to do something, right? And you don't want to do it because you think somebody's going to record it. And if people see you doing that thing, they're going to be like, this is who you are.
Yes.
Right.
But
So,
that is-
and it can mess up your perception.
right. But I'm saying because perception is like the 5 senses. You know, you got the.
Yeah, well, that's one definition of it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, no, 'cause, Guy, what I stated was that's also a definition. You know, there's multiple definitions to a word, right? It could be used in many different ways, right? So,
Okay. So we're going to jump right in. You cool with that?
I'm cool with that.
Let's get it. According to today.yougov.com, when they conducted a survey in 2021, now, you know I'm big on people. The amount of people is unknown. I don't know how many people participate in the survey.
Right.
But so the survey was to find out how Americans believe others view them. And here's the results, right? 60% of people believe that when people meet them for the first time, it's going to be a good first impression.
Right.
31% of people say that they don't know if people are going to like them when they meet them for the first time. And then 9% of people say that people are generally not going to like them when they meet them for the first time.
damn.
Right.
So I wanted to ask y'all how y'all feel, but not about that per se, but how do you feel people are going to view you after they meet you for the first time?
I think I'm a part of the higher percent. I feel like most of the time when I meet somebody, they're gonna like me most of the time.
Why?
I feel like my energy is very like positive.
Okay.
Number one, and then I don't make people feel like they need to cover themselves and feel like, worried when they get around me. I don't give people that vibe that they have to worry.
You give them that warm welcome to be yourself.
Yes.
Can I get some?
Yes, sir.
Respect, brother.
Respect.
Respect. Okay, how about you?
Yeah. First, let me get some too, because we ain't doing that.
I ain't gonna leave you out. You're right, my boy. I got
Appreciate
you.
that.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, so I was originally probably going to say the same thing. However, I want to believe that people will like me, right? But at the same time, I guess I think is it the 9% or is it the 9%?
It's 9%
9%.
that don't believe that
Oh,
people
so
are
then
gonna
like
like
the
them.
second
31%.
then like I don't really care with people, but I do hope that they like me though.
Okay.
Right. You on a positive side.
Yeah.
For me, I would say like 3 months ago, I was probably on the side where I don't care if people like me. Right. But now I know that people are gonna like me, and it's similar to what you said. So like talking to me now, I feel like I do things intentionally to connect with people, right?
Yes.
So like while I'm trying to connect with somebody, I'll also like make them feel important by actively listening and like encouraging and supporting their ideas, right? And I do that like overall, just trying to bring value to each interaction, point blank period.
Exactly.
So that's why I feel like people are going to like me after you meet me.
Yes, I totally agree.
Right, and that's on game. So you meet me, you're gonna like me because I swear to God, I'm gonna make sure you like me.
Facts.
Said that's on the Homie gang, goddamn.
And that's on the Homie.
So, let me get to according to believinpsychology.com.
Yep.
As you said before, perception involves like sensations. It refers to our 5 senses, right? And that's sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. So with that, I was gonna say I do understand how some people's perception of things are wrong. You gave the food example of the cinnamon rolls, but I would say like a lot of the times I can smell the food or I can see the way food looks, and I'm like, oh, that shit about to be disgusting.
Yes.
And so like my perception of it is disgusting because it look crazy, right?
And sometimes I could be wrong.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You eat that, you like,
What the heck?
hey, yo.
So real quick then, what is a food that look like it's disgusting but is actually on 10?
Haitian black rice.
Oh, okay. I mean, to me, that don't look disgusting.
I wouldn't normally cue you up for that, but like, I grew up with some Haitians, so it's like, yo,
I know people that see the long stem rice and they don't like the way that it looks.
Oh, it's long?
It's longer than regular. Hey,
come on. I ain't deserve that. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't deserve that.
No, he deserved it. He deserved it.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember. What is the black rice called? Or the sauce that goes in the black rice?
Sauce pois?
Yeah, I used to think that was chocolate.
Word.
Yeah, so I'm like, yo, they eating chocolate on rice? Like,
so one of our boys told us it was chocolate, and our gullible ass was like,
oh yeah,
damn.
Ryan, come on, dog, come on. You
shout out to my boy G-Rag.
G-Rag.
He put me on to the Haitian food, and when I tell you, it was fire.
So it's been up since.
And yes, like everything that you think, like the pink.
I'm gonna ask you
potato
to
salad. What is it called?
Hold on, go ahead.
I'm gonna ask you to who? Shout out to who?
G-Rag.
G-Rag, baby.
G-Rag, what's up, baby?
Sir. Yeah, so it was the pink potato salad. He had it was like pickles.
Yeah, I didn't think that I would like pickles.
It was mad hot, and I didn't eat a lot of it, but that shit good.
Got me feeling like it's Thanksgiving over here, goddamn.
But the rice and everything else was all busting. I did not expect it to because off the sight, off of perception and what people say about it, I just didn't try it for a long time.
Right.
Good thing you did, man.
Yeah.
Again, G-Ray.
It's been up since.
Shout out to G.
So I want to ask both of you guys, do you guys put more effort into meeting someone for the first time or versus meeting someone up again? I would start with you, Homi Boy Prince.
I put effort into meeting them the first time. You know why?
More effort?
More effort.
Okay.
Yes, I will. Because off of the first time, damn, now when I think about it, I can't say I don't put more effort. I put the same effort.
Same? Okay.
I put the same effort because I don't want to create something that I can't uphold on longevity.
I like that.
So if I'm not going to be able to be this person that I'm introducing to you, then I'm not even going to come to you with that.
Like you don't want them to have like sorry for speaking for you, but I'm assuming that you're saying you don't want them to have a false expectation.
Yeah,
of your
or a false sense of my identity. I want you to know exactly who I am and to like it or not like it off the GP. Okay. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to try and be who I think you like,
right,
just to get you, and then once I get you, then I start to turn to myself.
Now, is that applied to just meeting someone, or do you apply that universally?
I apply universally.
So when you play, let's say a sport, let's say you play basketball, you're not gonna try to go as hard as you can. You're just gonna be, hey, I'm average, so I'm gonna be
what
average.
I'm saying is, I know that I play defense, get rebounds. I'm not a shooter, so I'm not gonna try to shoot.
You're gonna play your strengths.
I could pass. Yes, I'm gonna do what I do because that's what I could do, and I ain't gonna try to do nothing else.
Respect. Respect.
So for me, I would say it would be the opposite. I think I put more effort into the re-meeting up with somebody.
Okay.
Because I'm someone who cherish my relationships with people, and I think it's Kai, you got me on this. Like, not everybody deserves access to you. So if we connect it in a way like that, then you deserve more because like I'm giving you that access. So I will give you more of me. And I know that could sound crazy. The Pulse Patrol, I don't give a damn about y'all, right? No, we ain't you in that. Well, okay. I will.
Appreciate that, goddamn.
Respect it.
So okay, so you put more effort to meeting someone again.
That do make sense though.
Okay, I am not actually I put more effort into when I meet someone for the first time. And although I intentionally bring value with no expectations, right? I always hope that my spirit was remembered and my energy was absorbed. So when when they come to meet me, like, again, off the rip, that effort is matched. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, like, just for example, like, if you and I was to meet up again after meeting for the first time, right?
Right.
It won't just be me picking a place and a time and how we're gonna get somewhere. It'll be you picking a place, me picking how we're gonna get there, so that way we're matching.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm not. And like, last time 2 episodes ago, we talked about the benefits of teamwork, right? Less burnout, and then how you understood it is like an even workload.
Yep.
So that's what that's why I put more effort to the first time. So then that energy is matched. So you know that, you know what I'm saying? Look, we could both be a team.
Yes, I'm big on that because you let everybody else play to their strengths.
Right.
So this person might be good at this person might be good at that. And you let that person come with that, you get him, get that, and they could get the job done quicker.
So I guess why I didn't see it that way, but that is an interesting view, is because, like, for me, it's like when I'm first meeting somebody too, I think subconsciously I'm vetting them as well.
Okay.
Right? So I'm not necessarily going to give you...
It's an interview, goddamn?
I mean, it might be.
Low key. Especially an energy test.
Right, yeah. Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah, because I don't know how we going to vibe or not, so I'm not going to give you all of me right now. And again, damn... I know that sounds crazy, but I'm not.
I wasn't even thinking of it like that.
Well, shit, just in case.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was what. Yes.
Well, Homi Boy Prince, he appreciates that. Goddamn it.
Yes.
Right. So I you kind of already like broke down the 5 senses when it comes to perception, right? You got the visual, sight, auditorial, sound, olfaction, which is smell. I don't know why they call it that.
Right.
I just learned that. Olfaction.
Wow, I never knew that.
We learned something today together.
We on the same page,
right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And then taste and touch. So just to break it down more so people at home or just for us too, if you didn't know, right? Perception, the sensory of information from the environment, right? So sensory is the sensation which refers to the physical stimulation of sensory receptors. So going back to the example that I used, when you smelt the cinnamon, that's a sense. Smell is a sense. And then the perception is it involves how you interpret that information.
That's why grandma comes in your head.
Right.
Because
that makes you, you know what I'm saying? You break it down, you can understand it that way.
Yeah,
First off, I appreciate, like, you, hey, right hand, brother. Damn.
Respect.
Damn.
That was too close. I respect.
Nah. Right hand all the time, goddamn.
All the time.
So, I wanted to get in real quick. Okay, did you want to get to anything before I keep on jumping into things?
Go ahead.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna let you have that.
So here, these are ways your perception of reality can be skewed.
Okay.
All right. So first, and I'm not sure if I want to get into all of them, but if you guys allow me to, I will, like, go in depth. But you'll let me know. All right.
Yes, sir.
So number 1, our energy and abilities impact our perspective. So just an example, like if you are obese or you are tired, distances look farther away.
Gotcha.
Right. and hold on, and I can relate to that in a real way. And Kay, maybe you too, but I don't want to speak for you. So I don't know if you remember when we was practicing for the chip test.
Yes.
And if no one's familiar with the chip test, that's like the physical exam, like when you're trying to become a police officer.
Okay.
So I hope you don't feel no type of way, but hey, man.
Nah, I'm playing.
So he said, I'm looking at y'all different now.
It's cool though. But the way I looked at, like, you had to run 2 miles and a half or
no, a mile and a half.
A mile and a half. So what is that? 6 laps?
Yeah.
6 laps, right? So the way that first lap looked to me before I started, I could bang it out. But when I'm on that 5th lap, running to that 6th lap, it was like, damn, that shit kind of far, my boy. Like, you know what I mean? So I can relate to that.
Changed, yes.
Exactly.
Right.
So once again, that's our energy and abilities impact our perspective, right?
Gotcha.
Number 2, we're good? Like, y'all following?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got it.
All right. The 2 is easy to read statements seem more true. Right. So these people, they conducted an experiment where researchers asked participants to determine the truth of a statement. Gotcha. The results was the easier to read like the statement, the more likely people was like, yeah, that's true. Right. And then also even like that, I kind of thought it was funny.
Hell,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But you know, more so I thought was funny, and you're an artist, maybe you could relate to this or not. But like when the easy to read things were in rhyming schemes, like woes unite foes, people thought that was more true too.
Yes.
Versus if it wasn't in a rhyming scheme.
Yes. That's exactly, and it's repetitive. That's why.
Right. It's catchy. Like it's catchy. So you
remember, is, bro.
Right. And then the third thing is feeling bad makes things seem harder. Now, I'm not sure if y'all know that already, right?
Yeah.
But okay, so a study showed that listening to melancholic music, that's sad music, right? You will see hills as steeper to go up. This is what a study. Versus people who are listening to happy music, they just see the hill for what it is. It's just a regular hill. 45-degree hill, but you listen to sad music, look like a 90-degree hill. How am I gonna get up that thing?
It's impossible.
Right.
I'm not trying to meet Zeus up there, goddamn.
It's crazy how much the brain works.
Right. Perception, right? So out of those 3 things, if you need me to run anything back,
run it back.
All right.
With no explanation.
Yeah. So here's the three things. Our energy and abilities impact our perspective, right?
Right.
Easy to read statements seem more true, and then feeling bad makes things seem harder. So out of those three things, like, which do you have the most experience with? Start with Homi Boy Prince.
Of course.
I'm gonna say with the perception of ability.
Our energy and abilities impact our perspective?
Yes, that one. Because I feel like sometimes I could really think that I can't do something, and that is the only reason why I can't do it.
Because you think you can't do it.
Yes.
Okay.
And that right there affects me the most.
Okay. Has there ever been a situation where, like, because the example I gave, like, if you're tired and then, like, something looks farther, or
You just got out of work or something, right?
Yeah, perfect idea. Look, I have to give you a perfect example.
Okay.
My boy used to tell me that I didn't know how to project my voice. He used to tell me, rap, you got to project the music from your stomach. And I used to be like, what the fuck does that mean, my nigga? What do you mean from my stomach?
What the hell are you talking about, sir?
Projection I didn't get. You feel me? And then somebody else told me that when you speak, it's like a whoopee cushion. When you push the air on the whoopee cushion, you got to do the same thing with your stomach. So you pushing the air out while you talking.
That's messed up that you didn't believe your boy. You need somebody else to say it to you.
I know, man. But he the first person I thought about. I said, oh, that's what Wise man.
Wise. I respect, man.
That was Wise.
Yeah, respect that,
Yes,
man.
sir.
So then, K, how about you?
What's the third one, sir?
The third one was feeling bad makes things seem harder.
Yeah, that one for sure for me. Like when I'm seldomly in a bad mood. Not to say I don't ever experience bad moods. It's a regular emotion. People go through that, right? But when I am in a bad mood, or if I'm feeling like shit, then everything to me is gonna feel like a drag. I don't want to be here. I don't want to talk to you. God damn it! I don't want to smell your breath. That's it.
Are you still like that's still the one like you experienced the most?
No, I was maybe the first one to a degree.
Okay.
Now, but
once again, the first one was our energy and abilities impact our perspective.
Yeah, because if I'm dead tired, I mean, shit is gonna look a little crazy to me.
Right, touche. Y'all good if I give mine?
Go ahead. Your turn.
So
what's yours?
I appreciate that, my brother. Easy to read statements seem more true, and I like it's a little deeper than just that. So like, I didn't want to have to put like so much effort in finding the truth, right? So like, I'm not necessarily the best reader sometimes, and I struggle with pronunciating big words or words that's unfamiliar to me, right? So
that's normal.
That legit would require me to spend extra time like figuring out how to correctly say a word, and then after I say the word, now I'm looking up the definition of the word.
And then you got to go back and read the paragraph again.
And then before I know it took 20 minutes. I didn't get through one sentence, and that's just too much energy and time. But now, like I am dedicated. I don't care. I'll invest 20 minutes just to get the truth. So
it's funny you said that. I've been going through that for a while.
But
trying to learn about contracts and like the actual music business side of the music. You know, they say 10% is actual music and 90% is business.
Right.
The 90% I've been trying to learn, and when you pull up those paragraphs and those words, you're like,
damn.
It'll make you quit. That's what they trying to do. But I'm like, nope.
And they usually say like that's hire a lawyer or something like that. Nah, man, know the stuff yourself, bro.
Yes.
A lawyer can help you, but like you want to know what you're getting into.
Right.
Point blank period.
You want to even be able to know if your lawyer know what he's talking
100%.
about. So you gotta know some of that terminology.
Right. So I want to attention. God
Yes,
damn it,
sir.
you got it. I want to. Y'all appreciate it. I love this energy.
Yes,
God
sir.
damn it, let's get it.
I wish he came with a hat for us, but we ain't gonna talk about it. We ain't gonna talk about it. I'll forgive you, brother.
He looked in the camera and said, "Come on, man."
Damn, man.
No, what I was gonna say is this: people, we live in Connecticut, right?
Yep.
And I see it all the goddamn time, right? I see people say Connecticut is full of haters. Everybody need to come together like other places.
Right.
No one wants to see you make it here.
Exactly.
How do you feel about that when you hear that?
Oh, he said exactly. So I feel.
I just feel like it's something it's said too much because it's definitely a side of it that you have to respect, because once you get somebody that's been on both sides, speaking for somebody that's been on so-called both sides, you know.
What you mean?
So both sides of
you
what?
been hating your whole life?
No, not hating. I don't take it as hating. I feel like it's some people who get projected as hating because they feel like they're not seen, because they feel like they working hard, right? And then nobody still don't see them. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They're not getting the attention that
they feel like,
deserve.
and they feel like there's some people who's not working hard and they're getting seen.
Okay.
All because popularity or something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or perception. Feel what I'm saying?
So the person that's working hard, and I'm asking to clarify, the person that's working hard, do you think they have an expectation because since I'm working hard, I should be seen?
Yes.
Okay.
And not only that, they expect they automatically assume that this so-called other person isn't working.
Right. But they don't know what they're doing.
They don't know if they working or
Respect.
not. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Respect.
So how can you say somebody is only big off of popularity and you don't really know what they're doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, I don't want to ignore the fact that like the who you hang around or who you know, that can boost
100%.
Right, that can boost your popularity or boost your.
But it shouldn't discount other things.
Right.
Because like you said, you don't know what the hell's going on behind the scenes.
And just like there are a bunch of people who are like they're not necessarily that guy, but they have all the tools to be that guy's friend. So they're put in a position where like they could potentially do something standing next to that person, and they don't do shit.
They don't.
Right.
So like
they don't, because they just feel like they can if they was there, but they're not there, and when a lot of people get there and freeze up. You feel me?
They don't take advantage of the opportunity,
or they get there and be on some happy to be here. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. They don't do what they were supposed to do in the first place.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm more so trying to let the concept go of like only popularity is for some of these people, because that is true. It is when you get to a certain type of popularity, it will seem like certain people is willing to reach back to you now. Now certain people will reply to you now. But people have to understand it's not because you so-called popular. It's because you're seen now.
Right. And like Case said earlier, right? Not everyone is deserving or to have access to you.
Yes.
So like, and I experienced that in a real way. I got humbled a little bit. Like I knew somebody, right? I put them on a platform of mine, and then like when it was like kind of nobody, right? Then they got big, and I kind of reached out to see if they come on a platform again, and no response.
Facts.
And it did hurt my feelings at first, but then I just had to think about it. Like, all right, well, I get it. They got they're in this new space now, so maybe I don't deserve to have access to them right now. But I will. Right. I swear to God, I will.
Exactly.
He's not lying.
And that's what I had to go through. And then I got to this place where I felt like I could get in contact with so and so and so. And then I realized that no matter where you at, it's still people do have favorites, and people do go with what they feel like works. And that goes down to like all the way up to whoever is throwing things and stuff like that. And people be more mad at the artist instead of trying to talk to the promoter or whoever brought the big artist that this person is keep opening up for, and why he keep getting the openers or why he's getting this, because he's in those places. He's going outside to go to those places that you're not.
He's putting in that work, man.
Like, and those that's the stuff you can't account for.
Right.
That's a Fendi.
Can I get some, my guy, real quick? Because you've been dropping some gems.
Yeah.
All right, you trying to steal my energy, Space Jam, goddamn.
I'm gonna hit him with another one. That was too long for a goddamn fist pound.
Oh, okay,
but anyway,
I'm crying.
So I mean, what I took, and I love that you got that deep. Damn.
What? You ain't have to do it, bro. You ain't have to do it.
No, but cause like I mean, what I pulled from that was like when people say like stuff like that, I hear it all the time. Oh, Connecticut's full of haters. We need to come together. It's like, first of all, sir, you never been anywhere. How the hell you know what's going on over there? It's gonna be the same goddamn thing when you get over there. So stop the BS.
Right. It's not where you at. You know what I'm saying? It's what are you doing right now? Stop worrying about. Don't blame a location. It's not a location.
What you doing in Atlanta that you're not doing here?
That's a
Preach. It might be even worse. You get around people that you're not used to being around. Now you don't know how to act because you got to practice. Once we said success is a mindset.
Comfortable.
Right.
You ain't look in the mirror and get yourself together.
Sprinkling gems in here,
Chop
man.
them peppers up, brother. Chop them peppers up, man.
Yo, so I watch Animal Planet. I watch Discovery Channel. That does something for me in a real way, because I think I'm somebody who believes that we can learn a lot from animals. Now, when it comes to perception, animals have a cool and funny way of doing things, especially when they're scared of getting eaten, right? But
is it eaten or is it
eaten? Tomato.
I don't know. I will make sure I say it right.
Eaten.
All right.
It's gonna get eaten, like the number 8.
I think it's eaten. I think it's eaten.
Like AING.
Well, you just say 8. You just say 8 actually.
Yeah, you say 8.
It's gonna get by the bigger fish,
8.
right?
Yes.
All right.
I just want to just state my claim in it right now. I think it's scared to get eaten. That's what I'm saying. But y'all can say whatever y'all want.
It's eaten. Wait,
that was watched with the correction.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and move along. Goddamn it! All right. So no, you good. All right. So chameleons, they blend in with their surroundings, right? Okay. That's, so if they was feeling unsafe and or they just don't want to be bothered by nobody, that'd be cool. The Texas horned lizard, they shoot blood from their eyes. It's crazy. Now, and it looks sick. If you like, when you have time, anybody who's listening and or watching, look it up. It looks pretty crazy, but you can imagine how it makes them look when they're scared of somebody's approaching them, or another animal's approaching them. They shoot blood from their eyes. It look like a mask kind of thing going on, and it can make other animals fearful of them.
Okay,
right.
Even like larger animals, like am I still gonna be?
I mean, maybe not. You know, a hungry lion. Well, I don't know if they eat lizards, but they're not gonna be like, yeah, bro.
Look at that. What's that red? I don't want to mess with it. They be like,
So, word.
What was that?
Well, I mean, if it was a lion that's a crit, you feel me?
Hey, yo. Okay, you gotta hit that. Come on, cue that. I mean, a lion that's a crip. Okay, that's funny to me, goddamn. That deserves an yo.
You're right. So the hairy frog, they actually break their toe bones and push them through their skin, so it's like claws, sort of like the real Wolverine thing going on. Yeah.
Like stabbing you up.
I mean, that sounds painful though, right? Like
it does.
I'm getting scared of somebody. Let me break my toes real quick.
You thought you was about to get right. You take one bite and it just
crawl through your throat and all that.
Okay, I was looking at like if we did that, that'd be painful. Like, I gotta break my toes to do that. Like,
but if you're used to doing it, then it's not as painful, right? I don't know.
You know, they didn't even say how long it takes for it to heal, what happens after the threat goes away. I don't know. You know, I gotta look into that because that's interesting to know. The possum, and I hate possums. I just hate the way they look.
I already know. Can I just say what this is? I think I know what it is. They play dead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they do play dead. However, people think that they play dead.
Oh, they is dead?
No, they're not. They're dead, but it's involuntary. So they have
word.
So they go into like they're so scared they go into an intense comatose state for at least a couple of hours. They don't control it. They're just so scared.
So they're not pressing a button like, oh shit.
Yeah, they're not.
They really pass the fuck out.
Yeah, they're so scared. Like
I thought they was like.
Nah, it's like,
so they don't do like the Kevin Hart, like they pass out and then look like we good, we good.
And actually, their body takes it a step further. They release like a corpse-like smell to like placate more to that they're dead.
Wow.
So and there's one more, but with that, hold on, I just want to say that is the worst one because if you think about it in the animal world, if you're playing dead, thank you, you made my job easier.
Vultures, vultures, like
later. But when you smell that smell,
maybe
no, because that's a good sense to like vultures and shit.
They eat dead carcasses,
right? They said, perfect.
Yeah, this is possum Chinese tonight. No disrespect to nobody, goddamn.
Yeah, and then cats. Shout out to my two cats. Kai's two cats too. Milo and Ali. They puff up their fur and their tails and arch their back so they can appear bigger. Now I can run all those back, but if you had, if we had to pick one of those things that you can do, what would it be? And it's the chameleon, blending in, Texas horn frog, shooting blood from your eyes, the hairy frog.
Blending in. I ain't gonna listen. I don't like to blend in as an actual person, but if I could literally blend in a scene and not be seen. Oh, I don't think I could turn that. I can't
turn that down.
Oh
Respect,
no!
What would you do with that? What would you do with that?
First thing I'm gonna do is go get a safety deposit box, right?
Okay. It's getting sinister.
Get a safety deposit box, right? Pay them, and then all I gotta do is find some way for them to think that I left and get back in there. And I could just blend into the wall.
He never. He said he's gonna.
I respect the fact that you still decided to say that when I told you that me and Kay, we was practicing to become police officers, but you still decided to say that, goddamn, so respect.
And I'm still would.
My best friend is a state trooper, goddammit, but you ain't got to worry about nothing, though. It's not his jurisdiction.
I hope he's smart, because I'm gonna find a way around it.
He said, I'm blending in,
goddammit.
So, Kai, what about you?
It would be the frog with the Wolverine thing. That's the closest thing I think to superpower. So it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? What's up?
So I think I'm gonna get y'all with this one. I'm gonna say that. No. I'm gonna say the cat.
Oh, you trying to?
But because they do something to make themselves appear bigger, right? Now I'm proud of what I got. You feel me? But back in the day, if I had to, and my penis looked like it's way bigger.
No, but hold on, okay, hold on.
What's up, brother? What's up?
How is that gonna help you in like a dangerous situation?
I'm not even talking about dangerous situations.
But I'm saying because those are all like defense mechenisms, right?
No, I just said a bad bitch that won't stop is a dangerous situation.
Touche. But if you make your joint bigger, she's not. Oh, not right. Okay, right.
Hey, I got you now.
So yeah, I mean,
back up.
What if you touch it, go back to normal?
No, I mean it never really actually changes. It just looks bigger.
Oh,
yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It could just happen like, I don't think I want another round.
Okay.
Well, I mean, some people probably say we could do that now. Just shave your pubes and it appear
I was gonna say that, but you know.
But I'm putting them onto the trick, yo.
But that's my fault if I didn't explain. It's not just I wasn't asking you guys for like in a fearful situation. Just in general, see how he used it and say he would basically rob a bank allegedly.
Touche.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But
allegedly,
I like that accent. What I was gonna say was a runner up, and it didn't make my list because it didn't make my list. It's called the Bowered bird, right?
Okay.
Or the Bower bird. And what they do to make themselves appear bigger is that they like take twigs and straws and like they build something behind themselves, right? And then they do that to attract mates. So they make themselves appear bigger, right? And also, like, they do some beautiful stuff going on in the back. Like, they're real creative animals. Yeah.
Is that stationary?
What you mean?
Like, when they create the stuff in the back, are they flying? You can see the stuff in the back? So stationary.
Yeah, stationary.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why they was the runner-ups, because they working. You know what I'm saying? It's not just something that they can do.
It take them like 6 months to build that.
Yeah, so respect to them. What's it called again?
Bowerbirds.
The Bowerbird. Respect to the Bowerbird lovers out there. You're...
Yeah. Homi Boy Prince in the goddamn building.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay, where we at on time real quick?
We are actually at our infamous 30 for 30. So, Kai, tell us what that means.
We are now approaching our Your Honor segment. Now, what this is we simulate a courtroom-like setting where I'm going to be the prosecution. He's going to be the defense. We are going to argue our cases to see who's going to be guilty or if he's going to be guilty or innocent. I like to refer to this segment as our gym class of this show. You spend all day in the academics, but you can't wait to get to gym to do something physical. So although I do enjoy our conversation up to this point, Homi Boy Prince, I'm telling you, I cannot wait to bust this boy's ass in this Your Honor segment. Okay, it is important to note
that these are not our personal opinions, views, and our thoughts. Just, again, a way for us to channel our inner competitive spirit in a positive manner. And since we have the honorable Homi Boy Prince with us, you're going to serve as our judge, and it will be your obligation to choose whether I am guilty or not guilty. So without further ado, here we go.
On today's docket is perception reality. I am going to be the prosecution, and I'm arguing yes, it is. Quiet in the courtroom. Your Honor, your perception is your reality. Point blank, period. The defense has been charged with eighth degree disturbing the peace of mind while also trying to alter our reality. All right? I'm sure that I don't even have to present a case today for you to come back with a guilty verdict, because the defense will not be able to defend anything because there's no position to defend. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just like playing basketball and you hear me say, I'm going to defend the medium anchor. That position doesn't exist, right? So you don't need to defend that position. You hear what I'm saying? So I just want you to take a mental note of all the things the defense does not say. And with that, I turn it over to the defense.
Your Honor, today I will prove what I hope everyone leaves today knowing. That, of course, perception is not reality. No matter how the prosecution tries to paint a picture of me and to make you perceive me in any way, then not guilty. I turn it over to the prosecution.
Appreciate that. I'd actually like to call the defense to the stand at this time.
Here I am.
I'm going to ask you a few questions, and I expect you to answer with your perception. Oh, my fault. I meant your honesty. So when do you feel the need to go out? When you go outside, when do you feel the need to put on a jacket?
When it's cold.
Okay. So when it's cold outside, have you ever looked at the weather app on your phone?
Yes.
Have you ever noticed that there is like a current temperature, and then they have something that's called what it feels like?
Yes.
Okay. And would it be fair to say that the feels like is a perception?
I don't know. Possibly.
Okay. Would you happen to agree with, so you don't know if that's a perception, right? But if it's 42 degrees and it feels like 30 degrees, would you say, I think it's 30 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay. So if that's your perception and I came over and I said, yo, bro, it feels like 72 degrees to me, would my perception of the 72 degrees affect or make you change that 30 degrees that you're feeling?
No.
Okay. Thank you. You can remove yourself from the stand. Your Honor, I do ask you to remember what he just said, and I turn it over to the defense.
Thank you. So when I was young, I first heard about contracts in sports, right? And I was like, wow, like the money that they make is crazy, right? So I thought it's going to be super easy to make millions of dollars. They're just having fun and they're making millions of dollars. That was my perception, right? Okay. So with that, I'd like to call the prosecution to the stand at this time.
I'm here.
How you doing today, sir?
Great. Thanks for asking.
Good. I'll ask some questions, and I appreciate you to be as honest as possible, okay?
Yep.
Is it true that some people, after either being on this podcast or listening or watching the podcast, say or have said that people think they should have their own podcast?
Yes.
Would you agree that the logic behind that is because we make it sound easy?
Correct.
Good. And according to the stats about the average podcast not lasting more than 6 months, is it reasonable to conclude that it's hard to maintain a podcast?
Yes.
So to clarify, it's perceived, it's easy, but in reality, you'd agree it's hard to do.
You just want a yes or no answer?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, actually, I'd like to present a photo, if I could, Your Honorable Judge.
Okay.
Right. Bear with me while I get this photo. It's going to be a photo of some rectangles. I'm going to let you see it. Your Honorable Judge, don't need you to say anything on it. You see that? So pass it to the prosecution. What does that look like to you, sir?
A square.
And what else? Like, what do you see?
I see black and white squares.
So you don't see any rectangles at all?
I do not see any rectangles.
You can pass me the... So what the prosecution just stated, you can get off the stand, actually. What he just stated was he did not see any rectangles at all. For our listeners, I showed him a picture. It was actually an illusion. It was a bunch of rectangles together, and they put some black marks, black squares to like kind of alter the image of it. So it appeared to be like some form of square. He said he didn't see any rectangles at all. So his perception would be that there was no rectangles. But in fact, it was full of rectangles. With that, I'd like to turn over to the prosecution.
Your Honorable Judge Homi Boy Prince, it is important to know we are getting to our closing statements. The defense first off, that was a Brady violation. You ain't let me know about that ahead of time, right? However, you just presented an image to me, and I said that image was a square. To me, it was a square. That's my perception. My perception is reality, so I'm not going to look at that any differently, all right? This whole case, this was easy for me. I'm not going to lie to you, right? I didn't have to think too much, presenting my case today. Your perception is your reality. His perception is his reality. My perception is my reality. Your Honorable Judge Homi Boy Prince, right? If you see me as the prosecution, then I am the prosecution to you, right? However, I see you as the prosecution as well, because there is no position to defend with this case. So actually, thank you for being on my side today, okay? It's kind of like a handicap match, Your Honor. Like this is the first time we ever did something like that, okay? If you smelled something that you perceive is a fire, then you smelled the fire, right? If you ate a candy that the flavor tasted like cherry to you, then you just ate a cherry flavored candy, Your Honorable Judge. I hope you can see what is clear. A guilty verdict isn't the right decision, right? However, a guilty verdict is the only decision that can be made here, because no one can tell you how to be you, right? No one can tell you what you are thinking, and that's all because your perception is your reality. With that being said, I'd like to rest my case.
Your Honor, he said your perception is your reality. Now, I just want to break that down what that looks like to the average Joe. So, we tried to be police officers. We took the chip, right? But we are not police officers, right? Can I run around and say I'm a police officer, sir? No, the hell I can't. In reality, I am not a police officer, no matter how I perceive myself to be. So with that, that was a terrible point, by the way. But you see, when I was a kid, I would often grab a flashlight, go in the dark, and I'd make shadow figures, right? One of my favorite ones to do was a dog. It's like, and you see it on the wall, so it's a big dog. So did I have a dog? Because the perception was there was a dog there when I did those shadows, right? And I can assure you that I didn't have a dog, because the Section 8 housing that we lived in did not allow dogs, and I would not have a place to live. With that, Your Honor, I ask you to make the only decision here, and that's come back with a not guilty verdict.
Your Honorable Judge Homi Boy Prince, when it comes to Kay's innocence, how do you find him?
I'm sorry, but I find you guilty.
Let's get it!
I believe that if someone believes he's a cop, he believes he's a liar, he believes he's a winner, in his true mind. In his mind,
right,
he truly beliees that. At the
all right,
time.
hold on. Stop.
Only because of
me this in the goddamn comment section. I want a retrial, but I just want to say, for multiple reasons, clearly the judge is showing a bias here. He said, I believe. Whenever you preface some shit like that, he didn't even state any facts in there. But let me say,
off of the information that the prosecution has given me,
I don't want to hear that shit now. Right?
My better judgment tells me that you are guilty.
Let's go.
You're guilty.
So y'all can meet us. Y'all can meet us in the comments section, and y'all can just remind K that he was guilty. You heard me?
We want to retrial. But in seriousness and what you just said, I think that there's some danger in thinking that way.
Yes.
And to a degree, your perception is reality to you, right? Because that's the way perception is the way that we get information ourselves, and because everybody solves life's problems differently, right?
Yes.
But to say, and I know I don't think you actually meant it or anything. I don't want to speak for you, but I'm saying I don't think you actually meant it. But a police officer, that's a job, right?
Yes.
And if I feel like I'm a police officer, you're saying I am a police officer?
No, I'm telling you that.
That's all I need to hear.
And the perception of your mind, you truly believe that you are a police officer.
All right, hold on. So let me just
because this is all about people in the right mind state.
Okay.
If you're speaking on right-minded and people who are grounded on earth, yes, they know the difference. But it's a high percentage of people that is not grounded in whatever their perception of life is, whether if it's how they grew up, what their parents taught them. That is what they truly believe.
Hey, Homi Boy Prince, you preaching, and I'm gonna need some of that. And this does not represent his bias, by the way.
Yes, it does. Goddamn, y'all see this shit?
It was after.
No. After fist pounding. Y'all ain't hearing me? So we going out for drinks after this or some bullshit?
But real quick, K, there are many people who they thought they were police officers, so they pretended to be police officers, and then they did get arrested for it, but they thought they were police officers. So
let me not dispel that. I was about to say possibly. No, that's a real thing.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Yeah. No, so, but I mean, where I was gonna go with that, because so reality is things that's real, right?
Right.
So that's also like fact based, right?
Yes.
So 2 + 2 is what?
4.
If I believe that it's 5, the reality is it's not 5, bro.
No, but if your mom, the only person that you've been around,
I was like, wait, where you going with this, Playboy?
told you that 2 + 4, 2 + 2 is 4.
Or 5
was a lie. No, I'm saying if she told you that was a lie, no, they're lying. 2 + 2 is 5. Until you go to school and then you get around teachers, you're really gonna believe that.
Right.
Yeah, but it's not
that point.
Okay, it is your reality at that point. It is
at that
until
point.
you come across the truth.
And then if your mom has your mind a certain way, you won't even believe.
You would
the
never
teacher.
believe it, right? You be like, man, this teacher's trash, bro.
What? He don't even know what they talking about. I ain't going to school. I know 2 + 2
I'm
is
staying
5.
away from Bridgeport, Connecticut schools. That's what you're gonna say. Goddamn.
You know what? I can see it that way.
Tainted minds.
My mind's not tainted, sir. Nah, I'm just like,
that's why you know reality.
So no, I'm going to say maybe we can have a conflab
Off air?
off air or something.
And a conflab means talk on the side. It's a British term.
Yes. Okay.
So
yeah. Good looks.
Yes, sir, Ski. Yeah, no, that was good. I enjoyed that back and forth. But I want to get into something that I am just going to start implementing now into the show. Is something a new segment that I'm gonna try. It's called Finish This, right? So I've been writing books for like the last 10 years.
Oh, wow.
And I've never finished any of them, right?
Okay.
So I thought, hey, this would be a cool way for me to make a segment and remind myself to go back and finish these books, but also practice some of my writing skills. Okay. So with this, this is strictly for you, Homi Boy, all right?
Okay.
So I'm going to start a little story, and I want you to finish it, all right? Any way that you want. So it goes like this. In a city called Portbridge, Prince Boy Homi had a friend who was very popular throughout his years of school. That friend one day decided to capitalize on that popularity and start a chill spot business, a place where all the homies can go to chill when there was nowhere to go. It wasn't the best business, but Prince Boy Homi was very proud of his friend for starting the business and using his popularity to his advantage to make money, right? Prince Boy Homi went to every event and posted some proud moments with his friend. When then, some people started calling Prince Boy Homi a wave surfer and a dick rider for what they seen as someone trying to live off their friend. Prince Boy Homi was then faced with 2 options: to address those thoughts or to continue doing him and not giving those perceived thoughts any life. Prince Boy Homi chose to finish this.
Prince Boy Homi chose to continue to do what he doing and didn't care about what a motherfucker cared.
Respect,
because you might think I'm a dick rider, but how valuable is your perception?
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Okay.
I do not care about what you think about me. I know what's going on behind closed
Let me
doors.
get some of that, Prince Boy Homi. I'm not gonna play you like that, Homi Boy Prince. You know what I'm saying?
So respect. Yeah, I do. I respect that, bro.
Yes,
I respect
sir.
that. Just a more lighthearted, real quick perception. People might perceive me a certain way after hearing this. I don't necessarily care, right?
Right.
Well, let me ask the question to you guys first. When you take a dump, and this is a little personal, so crossing boundaries, let me know. So when you take a dump, do you wipe your butt sitting down or standing up?
Sitting down.
You wipe your butt standing up. Oh, sitting down.
Sitting down.
Standing up.
Standing up too. That's interesting. But that's I asked for a reason, right? Mm-hmm. So, but anyways, when I wipe my butt, I stand up, but then I do like bend down to wipe it, and then I stand right back up to like squeeze that motherfucker, and then I let loose, and I say, "Oh, see what I got," and then
I wanted to ask that.
What's up?
I wonder in the comments. Ask, do you look? Does everybody look?
You gotta look.
I think
you gotta play
everybody
peekaboo.
looks.
You gotta play peekaboo.
If you don't look, you dirty. Because you don't know when it's clean.
Touche. I'm not gonna jump out the window and say that, but I'm not gonna say that means you're dirty. Because like, what if you did 30 wipes but you didn't look? You know what I'm saying? So you're not necessarily dirty, but it's good to know. Like you could be on what they say.
Check.
Right, economy or whatever, economic.
Yes.
If you do like 2 wipes, look at it. You good?
Save a tissue.
You don't got to go 85 wipes. But I'm just saying, if that shit is still got a tiger stripe, and you need another line, my nigga.
Hold on, wait. Any amount of tiger stripe, or does it have to be like, can it be like a faded tiger stripe?
Listen, if it look like it could stamp your drawers, it's too much. So if you got a little stamp, when your shits come off, you got next
even
time
if
too.
Look, if your tissue is his color, his skin color, come on, you gotta keep wiping. You gotta keep wiping.
We all got some doo-doo in our drawers at some point. Come on now.
It's the color you looking for.
We're not letting them skin past states that we all got some doo-doo in the drawers. Talk for your damn self.
I mean, there's a reason why he said the stamp thing, because he done stamped his drawers a couple times.
I had to learn. Damn, I need 2 more, man. Like 2 more next time.
I told you.
So, also, I wanted to say something. Look, this for my single people out here, right?
Not me.
Mostly girls, mostly girls.
Okay,
but after you break up with someone, please stop going back and erasing all traces of them on social media. Let me tell you why. One, are you trying to make it appear like you were single this whole time? Because if that's what you're doing, like, let's say you're 26, 27, I'm gonna be thinking, or Homi Boy Prince gonna be thinking, there's a reason why you ain't got a mate right now. What the hell, right? And then also, it's a way for us to measure ourselves, goddammit, men or women. I need to see that you was with a 3 before, and I got a chance, goddammit.
Right.
So stop doing that shit.
But
they don't want you to know.
Push back. Go ahead. Sometimes it's not their choice to erase everything. Sometimes it's either the man or the woman's like, you better delete everything that you had of that other person.
But it's your shit.
I understand.
You're talking about the new relationship.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
talking about before they get into that new relationship.
Okay.
No, that in between time, you mean?
Yeah. Not because some people are respectful, right? So if they see that you have pictures of somebody else, they're gonna assume it is bad, but they might assume that you currently have a partner, so they're not even gonna approach you.
Yes,
the respect
can steer them away.
Yeah, possibly, but I want to. You know what? So I see it too many times, right? Maybe some people, they get into a little fight or something, so they erase everything, and then they get
together, posting new shit.
Yeah. Okay. And I will say that is something that I struggled with accepting. Like, I know people are different in how they handle situations, right? Yeah. But like, baby, I love you. I'm just telling a personal story real quick. Like, sometimes when she get upset at me, she take me off her screensaver, and I feel some type of way. Like, I deserve that spot, baby. Like, come on.
Spider-Man is replacing me. So you putting Spider-Man on your shit?
Why Spider-Man?
Yeah, why Spider-Man, bro?
I just think.
He got the red stuff on. It might make sense.
I would say like because you might. I would just.
Oh no,
no kids yet. No kids yet. Nah. Spider-Man better not replace me.
Either.
Respect. Yeah.
Look,
respect.
Prince, he's single and he got no kids. Now,
I'm not single.
He ain't not single.
Don't get me beat up. Don't get me beat up.
You know what? I was testing him. Goddammit, he passed. He passed. You see that?
Can I get something real quick? Where we at on time?
We good. We at 47.
All right, sweet. I just want to get into the perception failures, right? And once again, if it's too much to go into all of them, I expect you guys to let me know, or else I'm gonna go in them, right? So just a quick synopsis of perception of failures is how we perceive others affects how we treat them, right? So there are 5 components to perception failures. It is stereotyping, the halo effect, projection, self-fulfilling prophecy, and primacy effect. Now, I'm not sure if you guys know what all those are.
I don't know what none of them shits is.
Well, you know what stereotyping is, but
okay.
So stereotyping is assigning traits to people based on their membership in a social category. So gender, profession, ethnicity, right? Halo effect, when the impression of a person is based on one single predominant, I struggle with this word, right? Observable characteristic. Gotcha. And so just an example of that is like if I see you, Homi Boy Prince, if you do something that I deem as intelligent, based off that one thing that you did, I say, oh yeah, you are a kind person, you're a nice person. I don't know all those things. I just seen one thing.
Like a hit record. You just assume mad shit off of that one song.
Gotcha. I don't though, but
I get you.
Projection, attributing one's own characteristics to other people. So just an example, I'm sorry to put this on you, but if you're a cheater and then you just say, damn, everybody cheats, cheat because you cheat.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
I get
projection.
you. Yep.
But he's not a cheater. Homi Boy Prince is not a cheater. He loves his girl or like her. I don't know.
I love her. I love
Okay.
you, baby. I love you.
Try to get him in the jam.
Not even.
Don't do it to me.
Self-fulfilling prophecy is when your expectations about another person causes that person to act in a way that is consistent with those expectations. Now, that was new to me because I didn't know perception can influence reality that way. So just a quick example of that.
Yeah, say that one more time.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Say that one.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So when self-fulfilling prophecy is when your expectations about another person causes that person to act in a way that is consistent with your expectations.
Oh, I got a
So
real life
good or
example
bad.
of
So
that.
good or bad.
Good or
I
bad.
get you.
Yeah.
That's
Can
dope.
I?
Absolutely.
It's like, so I mean, Kai talks about basketball all the time, but like in a real way, when I was a bucket go getter. At least I thought so anyway. Well, I would say I was. And then like so the coaches they would tell like no like you're a lockdown defender. So then that made me in my head I was like you know what I'm a lockdown defender.
And you playing defense now.
Yeah,
Right,
and
right.
I'm not doing what I thought I was going to do or wanted to do myself. So I relate to that one. If you was gonna ask, I'm saying that one right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I was gonna ask. So good shit. And I just wanted to give another example. Well, I mean, we all understood that example.
Yeah,
So I don't gotta
yeah,
give an
yeah,
example.
yeah.
Cool. Okay. Appreciate that. And then primacy effect is when you form an opinion of people based off the first impression. So if someone like a white person or a different ethnicity, they met me and it was a bad experience. Now they think all black people are the way that, and that's not the way. son. So Kay, you just said that the self-fulfilling prophecy is one that. Okay, how about you, Homi Boy Prince?
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
It don't have to be that one.
Yeah, it gotta be that one.
Do you need him to run it back? Like run,
Yeah,
with no
actually run them back.
explanation?
Yeah, so I could just get all of them.
So stereotyping, halo effect, projection, self-fulfilling prophecy, primacy effect. And just to be clear, what I'm asking you is which one of these that you've done. So okay, I actually gotta re-ask you that because that's what you've experienced. I'm asking which one have you done?
Which one have I done the
most? Right.
Yeah, I would say, it would be the self-fulfilling
Prophecy?
So you've done it.
Okay.
Yes, because like I feel like it's times where I get in a place, whether if it's moving jobs or if I'm working, when it comes to manual labor, I could get with someone that I know is not really a manual worker or something. And for some reason, since they with me, they're not gonna give up. They're not gonna want to just quit. They will duke it out and find that extra energy.
The power of influence, brother.
Yeah, if we're in the studio and someone don't really feel comfortable about rapping in front of somebody new, like I got girls at the studio.
Okay.
That day will be the day that they tried that day.
Okay.
I feel like.
Now I'm going to let you slide with that, but I do feel it's my place to correct it a little bit because self-fulfilling prophecy is when your expectations. Like so, what if you saw somebody at the working job, right? Your expectation is what?
Okay, it's my expectation. So I would be more like if I expected you to drop 30 tonight, and even if you did not drop 30. I expected you so much that I want you to drop 30, and you would drop 30 because I expect you so much.
Okay, yeah,
yes.
right.
I feel like I'll bring that type of out of anybody that I come around. I feel like whatever it is that you do, I'll be the one that start talking about why you don't start doing this and da 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 da.
So basically, you saying you the influence king. You can influence people.
So
in
he
a
get the
positive
best
way.
out of everybody. Goddamn it!
That's what I feel.
You ain't gonna swindle me out of my money though. You hear me?
I'm a manipulator. Big difference.
Right, definitely big difference. Okay, how about you then?
Set the record straight. I'm gonna need you to kind of run it back. But like you, if you could summarize a little bit of because
okay, stereotyping when you
I know what that is.
Okay, halo effect when the impression of a person is based off one thing that you've seen them do. Project.
So hold on. So I would say that like I think I don't know. The example that you gave was like if I see you do something, then I'm saying like black people, or am I saying
No.
I see you do something and
now you're assigning other things.
Oh
to
yeah,
me.
so definitely that one. I think that's the importance of like first impressions, right?
Yep.
That's why people want to make a good first impression because your first impression could be your last impression.
Yep.
Right?
Exactly, that's true.
So if I see somebody and the first time we meet, they talking to me crazy, maybe they had a bad day, I don't know what's going on. Like I do try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but it definitely is gonna affect the way I see you from here on out.
Yeah, respect.
I definitely feel that.
And I can relate to like I do both of those things. I try not to, but I do both of those things. And then I'm just gonna say stereotyping is just the easiest thing to do.
That's true.
Yeah,
though,
it's just the
bro.
easiest thing to do.
I was gonna say that one, but I just didn't want to just only say that one because that's not the only thing I felt mostly.
Right. Yeah. Respect.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I was reading this article and it was saying how perception is relative, right?
Yeah.
So the article you can find it on AIVOKE.com. That's AIVOKE.com. Right. And they talked about an experiment, right? And it had to do with time. In this experiment, they had people do a specific task and were told a wrong time that they needed for fulfilling this task, right? So afterwards, they were asked if they enjoyed the task. Now, the people who said they enjoyed the task was people that they said you need 5 minutes instead of 10 minutes to complete this task. And then people who disliked the task or didn't enjoy what was going on, they was told that they need to do this task for 20 minutes instead of 5 minutes. Gotcha. Now, with perception, how perception plays a part, like time perception, and that is like they were doing the same task, but since they said just do it for 5 minutes, there's like, oh, it's a short amount of time. Right. Good, like, we was able to enjoy it. Those other people, they heard 20 minutes. They're like, "Oh hell no, bro!"
Right. I get it. Yes. I
thought that was pretty good. Now, off that same article, though, they also highlighted how we could never perceive full reality, right? And they talked about us as being water skimmers. Now, what they meant by water skimmers on a water surface, when you look. Like when you're, let's say you're at the beach or like a open body of water, right? And you can look any and every direction on water, but you can't really. When you look down, you're either gonna see a reflection or you can't see far enough down there to know what's going on.
Right.
And I was like, damn, that's kind of crazy. Like
that's a little deep. It's a little deep, like the water. You know what I'm saying? It's a little deep. That's okay. Cue me up. Cue me up. Respect. I like to get into a quote if that's okay with you guys. Facts. All right, and this quote is, but the author name is Egypt. I'm not sure if that's the person's actual name or whatever, right? So here's the quote. Assumption and lack of communication are the number one relationship killers. We all perceive differently. We've lived different lives. We have different views. Understand that before getting angry at someone for not believing what you believe. Nice. Now that quote is something that I live by now because I take assumptions, I don't assume anything. I ask clarifying questions all the time. So if you was to say something to me, I would say, what do you mean by that? Before I assume what I thought you meant. Right. Because I don't want, I'm saying, to spoil that relationship. Right. Gotcha. So
nice. I like that.
Right.
And I mean, to that, I don't want to, because me and Kai talk about it all the time, and that is very true. But sometimes, cause assumptions, we do that as a defense mechanism for us. That's how we vet things in our head and make it make sense to us. Not so there. I mean, we can agree that there's some good assumptions, and some bad assumptions, but always clarify at the end of the day.
Right. That's what I was talking about when we first started. Homi Boy Prince. If I say something to go over a boundary, I do expect you to let me know if I'm crossing something.
Yeah, I will fully let you know. If I felt any type of way, I'd be like, all right, that's a little bit too far.
I would
definitely let that be known.
Don't swing on me, brother.
I got the Homi on me, whatever that means. I don't know.
Not with all the energy, man. Your guys have great energy.
Appreciate that. You do too, brother. Yes. You matching it, goddamn.
Yeah, search.
So, can I get to my infamous keyword search?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It's okay.
Okay.
A matter of fact, we're gonna skip that today. We're gonna skip the keyword search tool today. It's okay. Yeah. So, Kay, when it comes to perception, how do you feel people could be above average?
So, when it comes to perception, I think it goes into the old saying: "Don't judge a book by its cover." Although that's why covers were made in the first place, to judge the book. But we ain't gonna get into that. But or like my man LaRussell said, we don't judge books off its first page. Right before we perceive something one way, if you're interested, do some research. Ask some questions or flat out experience whatever it is, right? Too many times, like I said before, I smelled something or I seen something I thought it was nasty, and then it was the best thing I ever tasted in the world. Exactly. So that's how you be above average when it comes to perception.
Homi Boy Prince, do you want to give your opinions on how someone can be above average when it comes to perception?
When it comes to perception, above average, I feel like a lot of kids are above average when they get to school. When they finally feel like school is going to be so hard, their perception of what they think school is changes once they get there. Okay. And most kids are always smarter than they think. And they get in that class and they get around other school and they start to hear these words that if with the right parents, of course, they've been already getting prepped with. They already been seeing some of these things, and you know what I'm saying. Right. I think that's where a lot of people be above average off G. You be like, wow, I thought this shit was about to be so hard.
Can I interject and say, is it safe to say you want people to believe in yourself and you can make your perception your reality if you believe yourself?
1,000%. Yes. Even our kids, even anybody else going to school for anything. So I think even if you was doing something and you went back to school, 9 times out of 10 you think, damn, this shit about to be hard as fuck, and then you start doing it, and you be like, oh, this shit came right back. Respect. Yes. And you end up off of that perception. If you didn't do it, you would have been fucked up. But you would get there, and it's actually you're above average.
Respect. Appreciate that, Homi Boy Prince. So now we are getting ready to close the show out with information a guru will make you pay for. Now what that is usually somebody gets some type of influence and they take advantage of people. Remember, ignorance is expensive. So if you don't know something, you will pay 3 times more if you did know it, right? Yep. So they'll sell you classes or courses of basic information or sometimes of information that doesn't work at all, right? So here we go. If you are worried, we started the episode off with how Americans think people view them. If you are worried about how people perceive you and you want to change how people view you, here are some things that I believe can help you. This is my opinion, goddamn. All right, so number 1, embrace your personal style. Remember, fashion is another form of communication. So take some time to put on clothes that you feel will represent you the best. All right, that's number 1. 2, go anyway. I'm gonna repeat that. Go anyway. You can always think of a reason not to do something or to go somewhere, right? But when you're trying to make a good impression, it's important to actually show up. All right. So if you're constantly choosing not to attend situations or events, then you won't get an opportunity to get to know others. And more importantly, you miss an opportunity for others to get to know you. Okay. We can relate to that in a real way. We just went to the WTF Media 1-year celebration. It was important that we went. We had a million reasons not to go, parking, Manhattan, but we went, goddamn. Right. And then number 3, decide how you like to define yourself. I'm going to repeat that. Define how you would like to define yourself. So positive affirmations, they are important. What do you tell yourself about yourself? So before you go out, fill your brain with positive thoughts, all right? I'm the type of person that enjoys events. I'm the type of person that adds value to any situation. Keep on telling yourself that, and that will give you the confidence that you need, right? So if you already do these things or you're not worried about how others view you, that's great. Keep rocking on, right? But if you don't do these things and you are worried how others view you, that is information the guru will make you pay for. Now, Homi Boy Prince, if you want to be found, where can people find you to connect?
You can find me on Instagram, Facebook. You can find me on all platforms. It's all the same thing. Homi Boy Prince. HomiBoyPrince. Homi Boy Prince.
Yes, and I'm gonna include that in the show notes as well.
Sir. And we have a lot of videos. And if you want to follow or subscribe to our videos on YouTube, it's Homi World.
Homi World.
Yes, Homi World.
Is that HOMI
World? Yes, HOMI World.
And once again, I will include that in the show notes so you get be one click away to follow Homi Boy.
Right. So it's always important to listen and remember, being competitive is a positive attribute. Being average is a choice.
Average blow.